Hello and welcome back to The Broken Doll. Alright, I already made this video once, but it did not turn out too well. So I'm doing it one more time. Alright, this is for lips. Let me get my glasses. I got two pairs of glasses here hanging around my neck. Alright, this is for lipstick and leather. She asked how to fix a crack on the body near the opening of the limbs and butt on a plastic walker doll. So this is down at the bottom of your doll. How do you fix where there's a splice or whatever? Now, I took an old doll. I took a walking doll that I had here, and I took a hairdryer and I took off her head and her arm. Now, if I know you're not talking about this, I'm going to talk about some solutions to this, what you can do. There is a way of making plastic. It's by using crazy glue and baking soda. When you mix the two together, it makes plastic. Do not use your hands to apply it on. Use something to spread it on. Now, I found when I did use it, it worked well. If it was a splice in the middle, it would work really well with that. But other than that, when we're talking about in a joint area, okay, if it's a seam near a leg, and what I'm talking about is in this area, if you're talking about a seam, right here, down here, in this area. You're talking about a crack in this area. If that's what you're talking about, then we're talking about something different because, whoops, what you're now talking about is when we're talking about limbs, joints, okay, even a head joint. Those are pressure areas on your doll, but especially in the leg that's holding the weight of the doll. The crazy glue and the baking soda is nice if it's a split. Like, let's say you had a slice in the arm, you want to fix that. That's great to use that for that. But if it's something in a joint area where you've got some cracking going on, myself personally, I would not use that method. Some people like to use glue, something like crazy glue, E6000. Those are all plastic glues. Great for a splice in the middle, but on a joint, it's put a lot of pressure because we pose the arm up and down, heads turn back and forth, legs are going back and forth as you dress your doll, stand your doll, whatever it is that you're doing with your doll. So the thing, what should you use then? I talked about what you shouldn't use in a joint area, where you can use some things in a splice area in the middle of a doll. What would you use? Now, personally myself, I like using Milliput. Milliput is a two-part epoxy. I hope I said that right. It comes with two bags. A white bag with white, a blue bag, and you take 50-50 slice. You slice 50. What you do on one is what you do for the other. Mix it together for 5 to 6 minutes. I say 6. Just stick to 6 minutes. If you go under 5 minutes with it, it will not cure properly. It will be. You can peel it off with your finger. Why? I've done it. So I can tell you that. I thought I did 5 minutes and I didn't. So I do 6 minutes. It used to say that on the box, do 6 minutes. And now they're saying 5 minutes, but I do 6 like they used to say. And I've never had any problems once I've done it. Like when I mix for 6 minutes, I've never had a problem with it curing. Okay, so anything under 5, it's not going to cure properly. So anyways, that's what I would use. Why would I use Milliput? It is a plastic as well, but what it does is it turns into rock. Now, and when it gets into that rock formation, when it hardens and cures, that head can move back and forth, arms can move back and forth, legs can move back and forth. It won't whittle away the strength of it. It shouldn't. I'm not going to be 100% on that, but when I have used it, it's done its job. And you can move the heads back and forth. I have done it on an arm of it, and I put the arm back and forth, back and forth. I still got that doll to this very day. It's up in the attic. I wish I could find it, but I can't. But anyways, I've used Milliput on it, and it worked wonderful for it. Now, I'm going to show you. I already made one video and it didn't turn out very well, so I already started this process, but I'm going to do it again. And if you want to see the full restoration, I can do that. You just have to tell me what you want, and this means anybody. So I want to make sure you're seeing this. Can you see this down here? No, you can't. Okay, there it is. There she is. This is the walking doll that I pulled out. I got this from the Salvation Army, and I won it in an auction, and the only thing I did was I put duct tape going around to seal this up here. Because I didn't have the time, nor I wasn't sure if I was going to win or not. That was a lot of work to put into a doll that I may not win. So, I started here putting on some Milliput, a little bit of water, just a little, dunk your finger in a little bit of water, and you can start applying this stuff. Once you've got it mixed up, you can start to apply it. Now here's a big crack right in here, so I'm going to take half of this right now. And I'm going to flatten it out. Now you might have to do a couple layers of this. Now I got a crack running down here. So what I'm going to do is lay this across. Okay. Now the plastic is, it cuts. So you want to be really careful not to let this cut. Like it's really sharp. So it might want to cut through your Milliput. So just make sure. And because I have a little slice running down here, I want to stop that slice. So I'm going to come right in here and just doctor that area up just as well. Now, because I doctored it in on that side, I can't get in because it has a metal thing. Oh, yes, I can. I want to get up and also put a little bit of a Band-Aid on the inside. Now, this part you don't have to sand. I just want to get up in here, and we're going to stop it from the inside, from it spreading as well. There we go. So we put a little bit on the inside of the doll, and we'll never have to worry about that part. We won't sand that. We will have to sand this part, though. We will be sanding all this here. A little bit of water. It'll get dirty. Don't worry about that. When you start sanding, this will all turn white again. And then we're going to have to paint this after we're done sanding this. Okay, so we're going to come around and we're going to do a little bit more on this side. We want it nice and thick. And when we do sand it, we're just going to try to make it sand smooth to the edges of coming down on the doll. Here. We may never get it perfect. You might see some of that fix for the rest of its life. Not much I can do when it's in this shape, this bad of shape. Now, this is just part of the fix on this doll. I've only done a half of the neck area. If you want to see the full circumference of this this restoration, let me know down below. I'll gladly fulfill this tutorial for you by making another video, and I'll show you how I go right around. I will pick up here and go around. Well, actually no, because this is higher, I'm going to go around the whole circumference of this at the same level because I got to keep it even because I don't want the doll's head to wobble. So I'm going to go around the whole thing with Milliput, even in the good areas. It might be thinner, like, well, no, I'm going to have to make it the same height. I got to stop saying that. It's got to stay the same height all the way around. So like I say, it doesn't wobble. So anyhow, that's where I'm at with it right now. That's what I'm going to do. Now, if you want to see the full restoration, I will do it. I'll take time away from the F&B babies for right now, and we'll just do this here. It just gives me something else to do. I don't mind. If that's what you want, let me know down below. I'll gladly do this for you. To me, this is a better fix. And this will work a lot better for the doll in the end than trying to make up your own plastic with the crazy glue and the baking soda. It works in areas where if you have a splice down the middle, it works wonderful for things like that. I don't like it when it's in a joint area. If it's in a jointed area where the doll's head or the legs, arms, whatever part you're working on, you're always moving it. You want something sturdy there. And especially in the leg, because that is the weight of the doll, you know, that everything's resting on that. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Now when you're done, just wipe up where your hands have touched and get off the excess, okay, so that you're not leaving anything behind, okay, of that white stuff, because once it hardens on there, it's hard to get back off again. So keep your area clean when you're done. Just keep a little wet rag there, and there you go. A little bit of water helps it just to smooth it out a little bit, and you're fine. And it will dry beautifully afterwards, so don't worry about any more. That's it, and it looks great. So I hope this helps you out, lipstick and leather, and anybody else out there who has had this problem happen to you. If you want to see more, like I said, just tell me below. I want to see the whole thing done. I'll do it for you. Not a problem. We'll just work on this for about a week or so. Maybe get past Christmas, and then I'll go back to the F&B babies again. I don't mind just fixing this up and painting it. I can get her back together again, and maybe I can have her for show. Her head, she needs something done with her hair. So I'm thinking about taking out her hair and maybe looking and keep the bangs maybe, and then rooting her. But that's not something I'm looking at right now. That's another day, another job. another tutorial that I would like to do for everybody. So, but anyways, thanks for joining me. Thanks for being here with me. And Lipsticking Leather, thank you for the great question. And keep them coming. I'll help out where I can. But yeah, our dolls are fixable. It's just us gaining that knowledge and products to use out there that are, some are better for one thing and some are better for another. And that's what we got to learn. And what will work where. Now you can, like I say, you can try using the crazy glue and the baking soda, and you might call me wrong and say, I fixed mine. I mean, I got a big fix here. I'm trying to join pieces together. Whenever I've seen that being used, it was used in places where there was not a lot of stress. So that's, and myself, it's not, I won't recommend it for anything like this or your leg or anything. This is what I recommend. But, and where do I get it from? This is Milliput. That's what it's called. I get it from eBay. I look for Proops Brothers. And when I see Proops Brothers, they're from England. They ship quick. Or you can buy it right in the United States, buy a package of it. It's not a whole lot of money. You might be looking at $5-6. I get about 6 of them for like something like $25 or $20 or whatever, and they put it into the pound and whatnot. By the time it cost me like $35, and I get 6 of them. It lasts me for a long time. But anyways, that's because I use a lot of it. So, but anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope I answered your question. Like I said, you want to see more? Let me know. I will do the whole thing for you. All right? Thanks for joining me. Give me a, if you're just dropping in, subscribe. And if you like what you see, thumbs up me, please. Give me a thumbs up. And thanks for joining me. And I appreciate y'all. Bye-bye.